Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Time for another stream. I think I'm gonna make these daily. I've got to find a little extra time for it in my schedule. Let me switch over to the live scene for a little more creative writing. Prompt generator. Let's see what we get. Despair Knife Cemetery. That feels almost too easy of a prompt. Despair and Knife as Cemetery, that fits together too well. But then I am playing Shadows of Forbidden Gods in a few minutes, so that might be quite fitting. Always forget I have to click here first. Cemetery. I'll put it there for the moment and see if maybe I can find something better. Comfort cellar bookcase. Grape rabbit wheelbarrow. Evil flute cake. I don't know how I would make cake fit into there. Opportunity. Despair hole worm. There must be something I can come up with for Despair hole worm. That's a little funnier than Despair Knife Cemetery. Despair hole worm. Evil worm gods are kind of a thing. Like the worm in Waiting in Stellaris and stuff like that, or the worm from Destiny. Ego Spider Forest. No. Yacht. Why is there so much of yachts in this generator? And patriotism. Justice Painting River. What did I say last time? I wanted to do some actual dialogue. The different types of description are nice, but it's all just kind of me writing. There's no character voice in any of it. So not this. Let's try to find a prompt that encourages a character to speak or characters to interact. Which could be this one. A dance at a castle near a fireplace. Dance, castle, fireplace. Now how do I set this up? Someone is inviting someone to a dance would be the obvious one. Two people watching a dance at a castle. And what would they be talking about? This is always a difficult bit with writing little snippets like this. Without the context of a full story, you kind of have to pluck the interaction out of nothing. You gotta come up with a motivation without any of the actual world building or character building to ground that motivation. Me? Dance, castle, fireplace. Start straight up with a line of dialogue? No. With the ceremony concluded, the guests made their way to the hall. I'm thinking a new castle that's just been completed and the owner is celebrating its creation. Is ballroom one room? One word? Yes. With the ceremonies concluded, the guests had made their way to the ballroom. A few refreshments were served before the center of the room was cleared of the this to begin. As the first has formed and the music started, the Baron stepped away. The Baron stepped to the side. He stood with his back to a fireplace and watched the crowds. Okay, someone comes up, talks to him. Who talks to him and how do they talk? Making it a castle setting has almost limited myself a little bit because I immediately want everyone to talk very prim and proper, which means they will talk somewhat similarly just by default. One of the easiest ways to differentiate character voice is to put them in a different register. You know, having someone speak with all manner of slang while the other person speaks only very formally. Super easy way to differentiate them. But when you've got multiple people speaking in the same register, following the same kind of rules of decorum, it will make them sound a lot more similar. So I need a different mood for each of the characters. The Baron will be reserved, I'm gonna say. The Baron's building this castle because he has to, he's preparing for some kind of conflict. Everyone else is there to celebrate, so they're going to be in a lot more upbeat mood than him. Whoever approaches him, are they coming to congratulate him, or do they realize what kind of mood the Baron is in? And can I even get that across in a few lines of dialogue with my current skill level in writing? Yeah, someone... A lovely event. Your Grace. I am not an expert on noble forms of address. I'm pretty sure Your Grace is the correct one for just some man of lord, or would it just be my lord? Or sir, if it's another noble addressing them? They'd probably address them by name, but I'm not coming up with names for characters in a little... Like, I know I named the mouse in the first one, but I just picked something. I can't always be coming up with names. I've got Fantasy Name Generator as my first bookmark because it's so difficult coming up with names for characters every single time. Yeah, a lovely event. In fact, they're just going to address each other by title. There we go. Lovely event. Sweet voice spoke from his left. He turned to greet the Countess. Thank you. I am honored to have you attend. I think I don't need a new line for him to start speaking here because it's describing him turning to look to her anyway. Lovely event, Baron. Thank you, Countess. I'm honored to have you attend. And immediately I feel like I'm not going to be able to differentiate the tone these two are using. They're both going to speak politely and indirectly. Or maybe I make that the difference. I make one of them just say plainly. Yeah, maybe, you know what, maybe the Baron genuinely means it. Normally this would be the kind of line where it's like, oh, they're nobles and she's a countess, he has to say this. I could just make him truly mean it. Yeah, so, a lovely event, Baron, a sweet voice spoke from his left. He turned to greet the Countess. Thank you, Countess, I'm honored to have you attend. It's my pleasure. The efforts of the frontier nobles keep the rest of us safe. You are fulfilled. How do you spell fulfilling? Fulfilling. Okay. Great service. Service to the nation. He smiled at him and lightly winds her head. Okay. I need to get to the point where I don't want to write out an entire, like, multi-paragraph conversation here for this one little prompt. But I need something to set these people apart in how they talk. That's the entire point of the exercise. Character voice. Okay, so she should say something snarky, I think. Something that, theoretically speaking, is a compliment, but in practice really isn't. So, how does... At least in the stuff, I'm not a historian, but in the stories I've read that focus on politics, there's always some conflict between nobles on the edge of the kingdom who protect the borders and do a lot of actual work, but are looked down upon as rural by the central nobles who spend all their time in the capital at court with the important people like the king. So how do I portray that here? The efforts of the frontier nobles keep the rest of us safe. You're fulfilling a great service to the nation. I'm sure with the ongoing era of peace, I feel like that's a good start. Where do I take it though? She wants to say to him, she wants to make it sound like he's doing something important, but imply that because they aren't actually at war, what he's really doing is wasting his efforts. With the ongoing era of peace, there has been little need for new fortifications, but I'm sure the Baron's wisdom will show itself in time. She maintained the same You maintain the same mocking smile even as she lightly bowed slightly. I'm sure it will. Baron said. I'm sure it will, the Baron said. I can't quite claim to be happy with any part of this, but I'm gonna call it good enough. Set that up for the next time. Okay, hide window capture, show game capture. Let me close these tabs. And today I'm going to be keeping the music on because, well, it's only Minecraft that I know of which gives people blanket permission to have their music playing as long as it's over Minecraft footage. So for this game, we'll need a different soundtrack. And I think some Riot Games provided lo-fi is exactly the right thing for Shadows of Forbidden Gods. Alright, let me edit the stream info so that it's got the right game. Shadows of Forbidden Gods, there we go. Done updating. Hello Busyman. Play Glitchcore. Yeah, I'll definitely need to diversify my playlists at some point. I can't be playing the same one lo-fi playlist every single time. But yeah, this is Shadows of Forbidden Gods. It's a somewhat niche game. I don't think too many people have heard of it. But it's one I've quite enjoyed, and not too long ago they came out with a new DLC that I haven't played yet. So I'm thinking I'll play a game to get into it with one of the default gods and then check out the new content. So, we've got a whole list. I'm going to be playing She Who Will Feast, but there's quite a few others. Minerva is quite a strong one. I enjoy playing as Ophanim a lot. I should really play Mammon at some point, considering the gold theme. Wait, let's see, is there... Ah yes, The Evil Beneath. This is a new one from the DLC. Haven't heard of it, but I'm open to know about it. Design, yeah, the art for this, a lot of the art for this game, I think a lot of it wasn't specifically commissioned for the game. It's stuff that the developer, because it's a solo dev, found and obtained the rights to. But yeah, it's very good. They all look great. So this is the new god. This god revolves around creating death, consuming it and growing, expanding across the underground map to reach more humans to consume, until you can destroy them in a final battle between the surface dwellers and the evil beneath the earth. That sounds good. But I'm a little out of practice, haven't played in a while, so I'm going to stick to the basic god, She Who Will Feast. What type of game is it? It's a kind of... It's a turn-based strategy game. I wouldn't say reminiscent of Civ, but it has like a hex-based map with different locations on it. And essentially, you play as an evil god and their cult. And your goal is to awaken your god or let them breach into reality and destroy the world. And you can win through a number of different win conditions. Each of the gods kind of have a different one they're really focused on. So the basic one, She Who Will Feast, provides powers which support different playstyles, because it's just kind of an intro tutorial god. I tend to go for enshadowment, which is you kind of spread your corruption across the world and gradually drive all the heroes and rulers insane and bring them over to your side. Some of the others, Iaster has this book that you can drop around the place and it drives people mad. Might be able to get it more if I watch play. Yeah, we'll definitely... I'll explain. Since I'm doing a kind of trial run to get myself used to the game again, I'll explain what I'm doing as I go. So in fact, let's just get straight into it. So each of the gods has different powers, a different condition for how you bring them into being. Chiho Feast directly appears on the map as a unit you can control. Yeah, basic strategy, take control of certain cities, infiltrate and shadow them, and then spread shadow, and then make the Dark Empire. We'll explain all of that as we get to it. I'm gonna leave the settings as they are, I think. Advanced options, I leave the turn limit off. There's all sorts of other stuff that I will explain as I get there. Yeah, that's all fine. We'll want holy orders. All of that. Yeah, let's go. Okay, I'll leave the hints on. So, here we are. This is the map. You can set different sizes for it. The bigger it is, generally speaking, the more difficult because there's more humans and agents around. I'm probably going to need to make myself a little bit smaller, I think, because a lot of stuff on screen, it's not going to be visible with me over it. There we go, that should be okay. Alright, so yeah, here's the map. We start off at our Elder Tomb with one agent. There's different map modes. So around the world there are all these different nations. So we have here an Elven Kingdom, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 human kingdoms. Was this one Elven? Yeah, we'll get to it. That's human as well. And then there's an Orc Horde, but you can make these join you and they'll be quite useful. There are Witch Covens, which are extremely useful as well. And then, where is it? There's an enchantment. Yeah, location shadow. So this is what I'm going to be mainly focusing on, shadow. Our tomb starts off 100% enshadowed. This will spread from the tomb along the connecting lines to nearby locations each turn. If a location with people in it, so this city here has a ruler, he has an heir, they've got a whole family tree. If a location gets enshadowed, the people in it will also get enshadowed, which will start driving them insane and get them over onto your side. You essentially want to spread your influence across the map quietly at first, and then quickly later on. The more aware the world is of you and what you're up to, the more they'll start taking action to mess with you and stop you from succeeding. So as the kind of panic level in the world rises, the heroes will get different actions opened up to them. You can see them around the place. So this is an army belonging to this nation, and then this is a hero, Brother Demutus Cirrus. What does he do? He's currently gonna do some stuff. Good luck with the game. Thank you, yeah, and I highly recommend it. It's not that expensive, made by a solo dev, and he's done a good job with it. It's very fun. Alright, so to start off with, here's my one agent, the Supplicant. he can get one ability right at the start. Whenever this agent completes an Shadow challenge, gain 2 power. When in a human settlement, increase shadow by 1% per turn, and when killed in a human settlement, all points of interest become infiltrated. I love the passive shadow gain options. I'm going to definitely pick that. Now I could send him here and have him start enshadowing the first nearby location, but since this is directly connected to our Elder Tomb, it's going to gain enshadowment every turn, 0.4% from the adjacent Elder Tomb, which is not huge, but it's something. I can speed it up by infiltrating the location, but I'm going to use someone else for that. I'm going to send this guy. Have another look at the nations. So this is by far the biggest one. I think elves tend to be a little harder to enshadow, if I remember rightly. It's been a long time since I've played. But yeah, I'm going to send him, I think, to the Coven, assuming they aren't destroying it. No, you're guarding him and you are worshipping. That's fine. Okay. I want you to head on over here. Then create agent. I do have a limit of 2 agents at the moment, so we'll get another one. And I'm going to want the courtier. He's... Let me just stick him over here and then explain what he does. Gain 150 gold. While this unit is some location, that location uses 3 security, or while in a city, that location loses 1 security. I'm going to take the general one. Now then, so they each have stats for different agents. So the supplicant's got 2 might for fighting, law for magic stuff, intrigue for infiltrating, and command for units that you can get for fighting later. The courtier has 1 might, 2 law for intrigue, 3 command. So these are both kind of not combat focused characters. Now then, a location has security, obviously, since this guy gives a bonus to lowering security. Security will affect how hard it is to infiltrate a location. We've got 6 security here, which is quite a lot. It's normally a lot easier to first go to adjacent places that have lower security, infiltrate them, and then that lowers the main city security. So we're going to send this guy off over here, and we're going to have him infiltrate the fortress. Takes 19 turns, which is a lot. Challenge progress, +4 per turn from the 4 intrigue. Now, I feel like there were ways to make this easier, but I don't remember them, and it will still work like this, so we'll just leave it be. Recruitment points. Yeah, so this limits your just how many agents you can have, same as the agent slots. So I've got my full 2 at the moment. She Who Will Feast has a mechanic of seals. 9 of them in total. They break X amount of turns. Heroes will attempt to redo the seals. We want to stop them from doing that, and if all 9 of them break, then She Who Will Feast physically manifests on the map as a sort of army unit, and you can move her around to attack. It's very cool. Each card also has powers they can use, and the basic one for She Who Will Feast is Cloud Sensors. Causes a unit engaged in a task to lose up to 10 progress towards this task. So if one of the heroes is doing something we don't want them to, like removing the enshadowment on a location, we can use that power to slow them down long enough for one of our agents to get there. Elves are powerful but brittle, able to resist shadow, disease, and stronger in battle, but dependent on ritual and vulnerable to human xenophobia. The society requires their ruler to be appointed by a wayfinder, right? And you can stop those. Heroes can only be created by a sovereign. If they lose both, therefore they fall into crisis for years, unable to maintain succession. Humanity can be turned against them. The crystals must make protective crystals to defend against shadow, but can fall into insanity if the arcane secrets they depend on are turned by your agents into dangerous knowledge. There are so many strategies in this game that you can use to mess with people, whether you focus on shadow and spreading it, or you go to witch covens and enchant them and have them spread it for you, have them infiltrate kingdoms and make them get them on board with you, or you can go and do political intrigue. You can, all of these characters have like relations, they have families, factions they belong to, kingdoms they're loyal to. So if you just pick one, find out who they like and who they hate, you can go to those people and manipulate them into fighting each other. You can steal stuff from the heroes, plant it on another hero, and when it comes out that they have it, those people will then like probably fight and potentially kill each other. Or you can, the reason I clicked on this place is because I saw this. We've got deep ones. So there's very Shadows over Innsmouth fish cult going on over here, and a little bit of enchantment as well. Coming from the Ruins of Cessa. Where is that? Where haven't that in this location? Is it in an adjacent one? Ancient ruins. Is it these? From Elven to... This is getting enshadowed from over there. And this is getting enshadowed from Ruins of Cessa. But it's not connected to anything. I have no idea. Normally I should be able to figure out where this is coming from. But I can't quite tell. Modifiers? Is the ruins a thing in here? No. Oh, tunnels to Larby Cavern. Oh, underground. Right, we are playing with a new DLC. I just noticed this button. There is underground. So where does this connect to? Okay, so this blue line, this is not going to the Coven. This is going underground to the Ruins of Cessa, which is enshadowed at 17. Chthonians. Okay, so the underground, this is all new. This is DLC. I've never seen any of this before. This connects above ground here. This connects here. This passage connects to the city on the surface. This connects to these ruins. And this connects here. So we will be spreading shadow from here to here and here with the orcs. We will also be spreading it from here to underwater, but unfortunately that dead ends, so it's not very useful to us. Okay. Interesting. I'm curious to see how all of this will come into play. Chthonians. Chthonian colonies slowly merge together until they are large enough, 50% or more, to start spawning armies to attack their foes. Ooh, new game. What's it about? Hello, Izzy. This is Shadows of Forbidden Gods. It's a game I played a bunch a long time ago, and I figured I'd come back to it because, like, late last year they released a DLC that I haven't played yet. The game is all about you playing one of a number of evil gods. I am playing She Who Will Feast, the great serpent that devours the world, and the goal is basically to end the world. What that looks like varies from god to god. In the case of She Who Will Feast, when enough turns pass and all of the seals get broken, she appears as a physical unit on the map, and I can then go rampage across the world. There's a bunch of different win conditions, whether it's enshadowing the entire world or destroying a bunch of it, having everything be at war. There's loads of win conditions and loads of ways to achieve them. Yeah, as I was just explaining a few minutes ago, the game is very intricate. You know, you start off at your Elder Tomb and you've got agents that you can send around to do stuff in various locations. So I've got this guy heading to a coven that he's going to infiltrate, and I've got this guy infiltrating this citadel over here. I'm going to be focusing on enshadowment, which is spreading shadow across the world. So this location where I start is fully enshadowed, and will slowly each turn enshaddow its surroundings. But there's lots of win conditions. Each of the characters, the heroes, the lords of the local cities, all have families and relationships with each other, so you can, for example, steal something from one person, hide it on another person they hate, and then tell them, and those people will probably fight each other, which is how you can get them off of your back when they start to notice what you're doing. Explaining all of the ways that this game is kind of interconnected, all the stuff it can do, is basically impossible. I just kind of have to go through it as I play, because there are tons and tons of mechanics. And this here is brand new. This is the underground added by the DLC. I've never seen this before, so I'm just having a look now to see what's available down here. So Chthonians. Chthonian colonies slowly merge together until they are large enough to start spawning armies to attack their foes. If attacked by heroes, they will scatter into the caves. We boosted in a geomantic locus. A geomantic locus is a location that has a kind of magic on it, and you can send your agents there to perform various rituals. So these are regular ruins. They all have Chthonians in them. We have a bunch of Chthonian armies here, but are doing I'm not sure what. We've got this guy, a cave spider that's just kind of roaming around, I guess. Yeah, not sure what he's up to. We've got over here driving out the Chthonians. So these are heroes at work. He's got an item, neither of them have any minions. He belongs to... He belonged to what was a town, and is now not any longer. Okay. I guess Dwarven civilization has very much fallen in this particular world. Is this game best described as Occult EU4? I'm going to say no, not quite. EU4 is an RTS, this is turn-based, kind of connected hex grid rather than a province map. I'd say it's a little bit like Age of Wonders, if you've seen that. Age of Wonders 4 just had a DLC the other day with Eldritch stuff in it. A little bit like that. It's hard to describe this game as anything else really, because it's not like anything else I've played. I bought it. Yeah, I'd call it like Occult Civ / Age of Wonders, perhaps. Perhaps. Okay, let me just check if there's anything else I need to think about. Profile, diplomacy, infiltration, awareness, modifiers. So yeah, we've got deep one cults here and here. Those are good. Geomantic locus. I've never done any of the magic stuff, and I don't think I'm going to start that now. Orcs. I usually go for the orcs, but I don't think it'll be necessary on a small map like this. Tunnels beneath, above, yeah. Points of interest. There's some ruins we could explore. Early sites, nice. You can infiltrate holy orders. Temple Coven, vast sewers. Trade routes. Trade, if you get orcs, you can have them go raiding, and I think you can get a pirate as well. Character traits, preferences, houses, because you can make these houses hate each other. Enshadowment, okay. There's a bit of shadow spreading around here. From here. And of course full shadow here. Ruler shadow nowhere yet, holy orders. Settlement. Population. Prophecy. Oops, and that's the screenshot button. What was today's writing prompt? I can bring that up real quick, yeah? Give me a second. Writing. Today's prompt was Dan's Castle Fireplace, and I tried to write a little bit of dialogue between two people at a ball standing next to a fireplace in a new castle that's just been opened. I'm not particularly happy with it, but it's just a short prompt, so what can you do? I tried to get a little. I figured with the last three prompts I needed to get a little bit of dialogue in here. But I think I picked a prompt that's a little too restrictive because nobles tend to speak very prim and proper, and I was thinking about trying to explore character voice, so that didn't really work out. We'll try again with another prompt another day. Alright, for now, my agents are set up, I've got a general idea of what I'm doing, so end turn. Yep. Alright, the supplicant is now here, and I want him to infiltrate this coven. Takes him 13 turns. And my other guy is over here infiltrating this citadel. The games tend to run in pretty long amounts of turns. Like, I think if you play with a turn limit on, it's a couple hundred, like 2 or 3. Religious tension. Again, as I said, so many ways you can mess with people in this game. I've never gone in on religious tension or opinion, stuff like that. I always focus on my own things, so spreading shadow or disease or plagues or deep one cults, stuff like that. Just click through a few turns. In fact, don't show me those anymore. I'm not going to be doing that this turn. What are you doing over here? Challenge gift ruler an Elfstone. Oh, okay, this is one of the elven crystal guys, so he's heading back to his lands. I want to infiltrate and enshadow this place so that I can get the witches, because once you've got enshadowed this, you can control their holy order. Where do I see that again? It's somewhere. There's some kind of way to check those, but I don't remember what it is right now. But yeah, once you've controlled them, you can change their holy order tenets, and you can set them off to go into other nations where they will spread their religion and corrupt those nations in the process, which is very useful, very powerful. Okay, so this is bad. This person, not the heir or the king, so who? Oh, here we go, yes. They all have different borders around their icons. These generally tell you what their allegiance is, so who they answer to. This spiky one, this is the chosen hero, the prophesied hero. Their job, the chosen one, is to stop you. So they become aware of you first and then start making problems. So right now she's going to rest and resupply. Once she's done with that, she's going to go find something I'm up to somewhere and try to ruin it. I think there was somewhere you could look at more of their stats. Attack defense. Okay, so here you can see on this guy, his awareness 0% and shadowment 0%. So awareness is how much the world knows what you're up to and that you're trying to destroy everything. And then shadowment is how much these people have fallen under your influence. Heroes will go around removing in shadowness and raising awareness, and these are both bad for you. You want to prevent that wherever possible. Oh yeah, here we go. So her awareness is 100%. She dislikes deep ones, so potentially you can distract her by making deep one cults around the place, which will have her focus on them while you go and then shadow other locations. So that's, you know, one potential way you can mess with her people. She likes Brother Aaron Adam and the Order of Elam, so if you kill Brother Aaron Adam, potentially you can traumatize her with that and have her give up on her quest. She's at 19 out of 19 sanity, that can be changed. Raising awareness, they got a good hashtag, some big sales, maybe a marathon run. Yeah, exactly that kind of stuff. Fake sales, saving cities from approaching armies, slaying demon lords, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh. As the courtier goes about their business, they are called to by a trader sitting beside his assortment of wares. He's been watching for a while now and has realized that the courtier is involved in some affairs they may not want the guards knowing about. He assures the courtier that he has no intention of turning customers over to the guards, ensuring that the subtext is well understood, that if the agent does not make a purchase, they would not be a customer, and so might not be as safe from his reports. He may of course not be trustworthy, and possibly the item bought will turn out to be of no worth at all. So, agents have profile and menace, profile being how prolific they are, how much people know about them, and menace being how much people associate that knowledge of them being dangerous. This early on, I should be able to just ignore something like this. I could spend a bit of gold on buying a trinket, but these odds aren't exactly great, so nah. Yeah, mid-challenge events are a thing you can get. Oh, seal broken. My maximum power increases and I unlock Eyes in the Shadow, boost the infiltration in selected location. That is so good, and we're going to make generous use of it as much as possible. For now, this place right here. On a location, so small locations like the Citadel have only one place in them, so there's a fortress. Big locations have multiple, so you always want to start off, because once you've infiltrated one manually, you can't use your power on it, so you always want to start off first, infiltrating with the power, and then do the other two manually. Another 12 turns until the second seal breaks. A snowstorm. Wind howls and chills to the bone as the very environment turns against the supplicant, who has found herself caught in a snowstorm. The storm brings with it a bitter cold, one much too fearsome for most mortals to endure, lest they cower under their cloaks or indoors. But the servants of elder beings might be able to call upon their patron's power to endure what others cannot. Okay, so get slowed down. I don't have any power to protect them. Continue regardless or abandon challenge. 5 HP and potentially losing 4 is pretty harsh, but it won't kill them, so we're only 2 turns from finishing the challenge as well, and then they can rest up. Okay, and they lost 2 HP. Not so bad. I really want to remind myself where you can view the Holy Order details, because I know that such a thing exists. Ah, there we go. Okay. So this over here, the Katos circle that we're infiltrating, are currently neutral and not really doing anything. You've got structural tenets, moral tenets, budget and prophecy. So we want to shift this to -3 as much as possible. We want them to be temple builders and preachers. We want to do this later once we've set them in stone, because heroes and other people can come along and try to mess with us and change the tenets of the thing. So yeah, first you make them preachers so that they spread and there's more worshippers and they spread even more. Then you make them builders and then you make them evil. Yeah, dark worship, Act of the Serpent. There's one somewhere which makes them spread shadow, and there's another one which makes them remove wards that are a thing later on. So as your enshadowment spreads and awareness raises, the human and elven rulers can start to set up wards on their cities that will make it much harder for shadow to spread there. The supplicant completes the infiltration. Oh, and there's war between the Horde and the Brotherhood of Truth. The Brotherhood of Truth is just this one city, and the Horde is a couple camps over here. 36 to 45. Oh. The Horde might actually win this, which is rare because normally if you're not helping them, the orcs just kind of get steamrolled, really. Alright, completing the challenge, the supplicant has leveled up. And I'm going to increase their intrigue. Of course, I could have also gone for lore to make the dark worship quicker. But I didn't. Now, dark worship spread shadow from this location. That will make this place more menacing. It's currently not very enshadowed, as in not at all, because it hasn't spread over there yet. This is only 22%, so it's not really enough to go over there yet. You were injured, right? Okay, you've healed from leveling up. I think I'm gonna have this guy lay low a little so his profile and menace drop back down. And after that, this city belongs to this, which is a very small nation with only those 2 cities. It might be worth sending him down to Shadow East. There is another coven here. Maybe. Oh, my voice is going. Give me a second to take a sip. Okay, better. It may be worth just sending the supplicant down to infiltrate all 3 of these locations, just for easy levels, and then start spreading shadow from here. Maybe I keep this coven as the actual one, and this, because it's connected to a bunch of locations, I spam Dark Worship to enshadow as much as possible, and sure, they'll get destroyed afterwards, but it won't matter because the shadow will already be there. That's the kind of stuff you do in this game, really. Should keep a bit of an eye on what the hero is up to. So Amuturev. Yeah, because there's just so much you can do in this game, and generally speaking, if you focus on only one thing to the inclusion of everything else, you will get overwhelmed. Like, if you only go for spread shadow in a really straightforward manner, the heroes will quickly become aware, they'll set up wards everywhere, and then your shadow won't spread. Okay, this guy down there, we'll come back to that in a moment. So what you really want to do is go for multi-pronged attacks. So for example, at the moment, I think they've gotten rid of the deep ones down here, or have they? No, not quite. Deep one, no, modifier, deep one calls, 23% and 48%. So, for example, if I've got one guy spreading shadow here, once this guy is more established, maybe I have him go over here and spread deep one cults, and then those will distract people, like the chosen one, while I focus on shadow over here. You want to do as much damage as possible, you know? At some point in the late game, once I've got lots of locations infiltrated, I might go and spread disease and have a plague across this area. All the heroes, with a lot of them belonging to this kingdom, divert their attention down here to contain the plague. Meanwhile, I'm infiltrating the orcs and having them go to war with these cities and grow more powerful. Lots and lots and lots of stuff you can do. For a game made by a solo dev, it's truly impressive quite how intricate it is. For now, this guy is 50% enshadowed. That is a lot, which is excellent. Enshadowing characters has a multitude of effects that I couldn't quite tell you about off the top of my head, to be honest. I think it raises the chances that they do evil stuff and lowers the chances that they do actions against you. But I'm not sure what else and what the exact details are. But the long and short of it is, enshadowed is good. You want them to be enshadowed as much as possible. Yeah, you can absolutely corrupt heroes. You can use the heroes in a number of ways. You can corrupt them directly with enshadowment. You can drive them to madness. For example, if there's a mage somewhere and they go around studying secret knowledge, you can send one of your agents there first, corrupt that knowledge into forbidden knowledge, and then the mage will drive themselves insane studying it. Or you can go to someone, let's find one. Come on, why are you guys all poor? There must be at least one person. Okay, well, this is an exception because it's elves and they do different stuff with this, but you can go to someone, steal something from them, plant it on another hero, and set those heroes against each other. Or you can find out who's in their family. So for example, the agent I spawned, the courtier, he has a family. Princess Temesiris, as a matter of fact, who you might recall is the chosen one. If we do a bunch of evil stuff with the courtier and then send him against the princess, we can potentially drive her to insanity when she's forced to kill her own brother. That's just, you know, the level of detail and ridiculous stuff that you can do in this game. Actually, did I misread that? Hang on. So the the courtier parents, spouse, not even related, they are married. The husband of the chosen one is one of my agents. Yeah, mad shit you can do here. Absolutely mad. Super villain, yeah, super villain level stuff. I mean, we are playing a dark god, you know? Beautiful. Minimum profile but not minimum menace. Okay, you can keep going then. Cool. So yeah, influence holy order would be the next thing we can do here. But I think first I will send him here and have him infiltrate some more places. Oh, how's this going? Okay, so it seems like the orcs are gonna win this. Oh, you've completed Infiltrate Fortress, excellent. How much? Not very much. And yeah, so more, more layers of stuff you can do. Once you've infiltrated a location, you can steal from the ruler, or you can assassinate someone, or rob their treasury, or bribe the guards, all manner of stuff. And that's just one set of systems, you know? There's warfare you can conduct, there's stuff you can do in locations, there's religious orders, there's the characters. You know, there's a reason that we have all these different map views. It's because they're all useful. Because there's just so much stuff you can do. I can't have you lay low here like I can at the Witch Coven, so... Do I need gold? I don't think so. Bribe guards, lowest security. Security here is at 6. Still pretty high, so... Let's have you come over here. Oh, this has 3 locations? Really? Damn. Another 7 turns until I gain any power. This is 1 location, this is 2. Can't help but feel as you're playing as Zinj, layers on layers of plans. Yeah, you can go very, very Zinchian with this. In fact, I still feel like one of the other gods, Easter, is probably the most apt comparison to that one. Let me save real quick. So, the list of gods. She Who Will Feast is kind of the starting simple god, but then there's a bunch. So Yasta is all focused on madness. He has a book that he can give to people that it makes them insane. Minerva is very subtle. You kind of spread across the world without raising awareness, and then trigger everything all at once to just douse the whole world in shadow in one go. Ophanim is one of my favorites because of how interesting they are. What you do is you set up a sort of false religion. You go to one side of the map, spread enshadowment, go to the other side and spread this kind of what does it call it? Yeah, Ophanim's faith. So a kind of fake religion that brainwashes everyone into complete compliance, and then have the two fight against each other, but really it's just you orchestrating war against yourself. Mammon is all about money and consuming people with greed so that you can lure entire populations and make them march to your mountain to consume them. Cordyceps is like mind control and turning people into bugs. The Broken Maker I haven't played yet, but apparently this one is all about winning and resetting and going through cycles. This one is like random cards, and this is the new god from the DLC I haven't played yet. Every now and then you will feel a little bit that the game is single developer indie. Like for example, I can't go back from this menu, I have to pick a god and then go back to menu. But it's fine. Okay, so where was I? Right, you need to be doing stuff, and I think this is probably not worth infiltrating right this second. I want the capital. Can I lower security by infiltrating this since it's not in your kingdom? I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe I just commit to the slightly longer time. So a bit of a waste moving here first and then back up, but oh well. Okay, so you reduce security by 2 for 25 turns. I don't know if that's long enough. Oh, you can lay low here. That's excellent. Do that then. Night out. This week the supplicant finds she has no more tasks to be completed. Everything is in order for now. The poisons or bribes to administer to officers, no traitors, no accidents or opportunities. It's as if Fort Phase's inner workings have ground to a halt for the coming week. A rare chance to simply let loose and enjoy herself. Wherever else would she end up but at an inn? Menace is reduced by 5. Well, we don't really have any menace. Or profile is reduced. Well, this is nice, but doesn't really do anything for us right now. Such is the nature of random events. Oh, another seal broken. The second of 9. I gain an agent slot, and I gain the fleeting servant, which is useful for distracting heroes. So orcs have this whole system of their own, where you can like infiltrate a location, raise a new champion, and then kill the main orc champion, and now the orcs answer to your guy. In fact, create agent. Yeah, a warlord. You can make a guy, and if he beats the orcs' actual guy, he takes over, and those orcs are now your orcs. Give me just a second, I need to blow my nose real quick. Okay. So, generic agents you can just keep remaking, but unique agents there's only one of. The curse I've never quite gotten to work. The trickster's very good, they have high intrigue so they can act the same way as the other guys. But they also have a few unique mechanics. Then the Baroness, I think she's good for turning into a vampire? The Aristocrat I don't think I've used before. The Spellbinder I think is also new. Yeah, some of these are DLC agents. The Exile. Force underground, the Exile murders and returns to steal victims, which she then sacrifices in her underground lair to harm the surface dwellers. Hard to detect, but the sacrifices will leave a trail of evidence heroes will eventually find. Exists to summon the vast Shoggoth abomination, a mighty creature able to challenge the armies of large kingdoms. Must seek out 5 secrets across the world, different aspects of the creature's evil in order to release it. Interesting. The Shaman, that's also new. The Buccaneer I've used before, she's very useful. You set her up in your orc kingdom and then steal everyone's money by running around the ocean and getting to trade routes. There's a trade route map. Here we go, trade routes. Which it looks like there currently might not be any of on a small map like this. Or is there? Yeah, no, nothing across the sea. On a bigger map, you might have 2 different continents and then trade routes between them that you can exploit. But I haven't gone in on the orcs this time, so I'm not going to go for a buccaneer. The monarch is fantastic. You can, once you've enshadowed like a big kingdom fully, you set up the monarch and they turn it into the Dark Empire, which is a good way to close out a game. Plague Doctor also very good. Yeah, you do see up here victory. You get different points from different things. So from population and Dark Empire, if you manage to enshadow a big nation, kill off the smaller ones with plagues or orcs or whatever, and then turn that nation into the Dark Empire, you just win there and then on the spot. Enshadowed and insane rulers and heroes, enshadowed percent of population, population destroyed. So you've got different options. Enshadow everyone, kill everyone in a number of different ways, drive them insane, whatever it takes. As you do all that stuff, panic rises, which causes more awareness and sets them to do more stuff to go against you. And then awareness of underground, that is new. Humanity starts unaware of the dangers beneath their feet, and of the opportunities they could find. Awareness of the underground grows based on your actions. Each time a unit, such as one of your agents, crosses into the underground, it will increase slightly, as well as when you generate evidence underground or perform certain action, or perform certain challenges. Once it reaches 100%, humanity can begin expanding underground and combating foes from beneath with their armies. Okay. Well, at the moment, the underground is just full of Chthonian armies who've raised these cities. There's a random cave spider. And this guy who is slightly enshadowed and is driving out Chthonians. And this guy who is also very enshadowed and is driving out Chthonians. I think these guys are really wasting their efforts. There are Chthonians in every single square. If I understand it correctly, they consolidate in one spot. So, like, these guys will move to the bigger ones, but there's so many of them. Okay, nothing around here. We'll see how that develops. Okay, right, I should actually recruit an agent. So who do I want? What do I want to go for? The Dissident, you can cause uprisings. If a kingdom is too large and you can't enshadow them, you can spread dissent in the border regions and cause an uprising. At the exile was the Seeker seems cool, but I think I'll save the DLC agents for when I do a run with a DLC god. For now, probably just the Trickster because of a high intrigue. Right, since you're getting started here, the Trickster could get started here? Yeah. Create agent, Trickster. Right. Moves the location of a hero of gold. Deal up to 15. Was that there before? Yeah, we're not doing politics right now. I could have this my first combat character, but I think I'm going to go heavy in on infiltration and enshadowment, so pickpocket. Cool. and you can get started on that right away. I do have 1 power, so I could do something like this. Let's see, what is the Chosen One up to? Chosen One is decimating Deep Ones, yeah, because she's got a personal hatred of them. Which probably means that at some point I should divert someone's attention, someone's efforts to here, make more Deep Ones. But for now, all of my agents are busy. Alright, end turn. The Orc Horde seems to have emerged victorious. Or have they? Nope, there's another army. Hang on, so this is part of this. The Brotherhood of Truth and Nessa are 2 separate nations. These guys are at war with these, but they're hostile to everyone else, so I guess they're calling in allies against the Orcs. This is why Orcs never win. They always just get destroyed by all of the humans around them. You can do the same, the game gives you a hint in between that you can do the same thing to the elves. You can have them become, you can incite the humans to become xenophobic towards the elves. Cool, they both completed their tasks. This is 10% enshadowed from the supplicant's mere presence. Go down here, infiltrate the coven. And you... What did I have you doing? Laying low. Yes, okay, so you were laying low. Now that you have laid low, we are only one... Oh, they built another location, so this place is now even more complicated to infiltrate. God damn it. Okay. Complexity 175, and we get +4 per turn? 44 turns required. That is all a little much. Is there even an option to infiltrate the temple? Wait, yeah, infiltrate temples. Hang on, I need Sua's Temple Palace, but the palace is only an option once I've infiltrated everywhere else. And bribing the guards reduces security by 2 for 25 turns. Which I'm not sure is enough to make much of a difference here. Plus 125. Complexity from security. Okay, so maybe it will make a lot of difference. Let's just try it out and see how it goes. The sun begins to set, the first shadow begins to take hold, the world becomes slightly darker. As you expand your shadow, the nobles and heroes of the world will become obscured by darkness and lose the ability to defend themselves against your coming dominion. Nice. Location in Shadowman. Yeah, so it's spreading from the tower fairly well. 11%, 10%, 31%. Good. Okay, so how long does it take now? 32 turns. So still longer than the modifier from the thing, which means that will wear off before we're able to complete it. Well, doesn't really change what needs to be done, so do it anyway. Orc plunder. Performs a race animal, they'll take a portion of its wealth. Accessible to an agent when you've infiltrated a location. Yeah. But we're not doing orcs this run. The courtier has discovered a gaggle of alchemists. These poor fools, driven by a dangerous mixture of curiosity and naive yet arrogant greed, imagine themselves on the verge of solving life's problems. Immortality led to gold, their desires are pedestrian, yet their approach could bear fruit if guided by those who know more. Deceiver fools lose 15 challenge progress, raise location shadow by 50%. Ooh. If we're not going to finish it that quickly anyway, and we've only done... yeah, Deceiver fools, absolutely. 50% location shadow? Are you kidding? In the middle of this as well, so where I haven't got any enshadowment? Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. Every one of them has a different reason for turning away from humanity's more established and accepted religions and turning towards witchcraft. Some are driven out and turn to witchcraft to survive. Others take it up in secret and flee when discovered. The faith, such as it is, incorporates both magics and religious elements, a worship of beings from a pantheon humanity rarely considers, or perhaps facets of the same god just seen from a darker perspective. Their reasons are irrelevant, nothing occurs. Their ties to humanity are complex. Gain 40 elder influence with Forest Circle, but one hero nearby gains a liking of Forest Circle. Yeah, give them a liking, sure. And this guy is getting enshadowed. Right, the one's running around down here. Can influence Holy Order. So you have gained a liking to the Horus Circle. This one here. One echoing, one worshipper, no rulers, no prophet, and I've got a bit of elder influence. Now there's a chance that the person with a liking to this place will now come in and try to convert, like, influence them towards the side of good. But if I can turn them to evil, then this person who likes them is more likely to accept them and then help spread the faith even as I corrupt it. So there's ups and downs to all of this. I might change my approach then and keep this coven and make this the sacrificial one, even though I've already got influence over it. Yeah. Influence natively. Yes. Yeah, we're sacrificing this one and we're keeping this one. New plan. Non-human social groups such as Lord or one outside the lands of Northia, such as Dark Empire, has raised a human settlement. This will increase their menace. Wait, they're really... Oh, I want to look at that. Okay. Overeager guards. The trickster has found that the guards here are unusually proficient at their tasks. Our agent can either take her time to ensure discretion, which will likely delay, or she can proceed at pace but risk gaining unwanted attention. Proceed anyway. By discretion, abandon challenge. Well, not abandoning the challenge. Proceed anyway. While panic is growing, this value indicates how visible the actions. You might know why. Okay, good God, can I please focus on this for a second? The orcs actually did it. They actually took down the city. That's very surprising. They can potentially expand here now. Ah. If they take out the lesser convent as well, I don't think they've got what it takes to take out the Kingdom of Pont, but they could take out another human settlement potentially. That's pretty big. Okay, we're now at full power, so I'll want to spend one probably. This is a capital, but it's still only a farming community. This nation has an ally neighboring it, indicated by green links between the nations, as the customer relationships are high enough. Their ally is the Order of Perim. Okay, sure. Give me infiltration here. Here. Use power. Infiltrate this place. Cool. Enter. Profile is as low as it can be. Menace can be reduced by 2. The orcs are killing the refugees. Outpost founded. The ruins, and we've done infiltrate coven. Yeah, so depending on how you're playing, if you're in control of orcs or in control of a nation, you can do a lot with the empty regions to expand. But we're not doing that right now. Okay, so the supplicant has infiltrated this fully, very good, and they've leveled up. Do I buff up lore a little for the rituals later, or just go full in on intrigue? I think I'll full in intrigue the courtier, because they're going to be doing a lot of infiltrating over here. So I'll get a little bit of lore for the supplicant, since they're going to be spreading shadow a bunch from over here. I want this place deeply enshadowed. But that comes next. For now, lay low, infiltrate this place, and then head up here and spread shadow like mad. Outpost founded. Oh, the trickster has been poisoned. 10 challenge roses, 2 HP. Endure the poison. So everyone is trying to rebuild this place, and it's not working because there's still an active orc army sitting there at war. Though a hero has now shown up, so they may tip the scales on that front. We'll see. Beats lay low. Yeah, I think they may be coming out on top here. Maybe. Hard to say. You now go over here. Oh right, I've already got the trickster here doing this. God damn it. Okay, so that was a waste of a move, but it's fine. Head back up here. Enter. Pinion swayed. Oh, seal broken. 3 out of 9. We're a third of the way there. Unlock dangers in the dark. Increases the danger of all quests and neutral challenges in this location by 7 each. So that's good if a hero is doing something you really want to stop them from. or serpent's coils influences a trade route which starts or ends in a fully infiltrated city, causing it to add 1% shadow to all locations that passes through for each turn for 25 turns. If we've got a super long trade route, that's very powerful, but I think it won't be relevant in our game. Oof. Well, there goes the orcs. There's just not enough of them to deal with quite how many heroes there are. You're still busy over here decimating deep ones, you're about to finish that. Could I keep you there for another turn? Lose 10 progress towards this task. Oh, cannot target the chosen one. Damn. They get special powers for being the chosen one. Okay, so Dark Worship. 20 minutes to this coven. This is only 1% in shadow, but I'm pretty sure Dark Worship will increase the enshadowment of this location as well. At the same time as it spreads enshadowment. Let's find out. Takes 9 turns, so not very long. The gold from rulers, yes, thank you. Oh, we've infiltrated the sewers, good. And we can influence the Holy Order. Okay, you... Hard focus, intrigue, and intrigue only. Take a minute to lay low. We have opened up a bunch of opportunities now from infiltrating these locations. We can start a plague, we can create a well of shadows, which spreads shadow to all neighboring locations. Very powerful, but we'll use that once we fully infiltrated the place. And we can influence... Is it these guys? No. These guys. Alright, so this one we plan to keep. So for now, I'm going to want to encourage them to preach and spread to nearby locations. We want this religion to be prominent. We're now at full up power. So where can I infiltrate nice and conveniently? Here perhaps, or here. Here, so the shadow spreads from these locations more quickly. Here. We've got options, definitely. If we want to take this whole kingdom, we probably Well of Shadows in the middle here to all the neighboring locations, so we'll want to take like this and this. So Eye in the Shadows, this place. Or this place to make that easier to infiltrate later as well. There we go. Completes Dark Worship. Okay, go to. I can influence Katos Circle. 28 enshadowment, and this plays 100%. Beautiful. Do it again. This is going to get my agent a lot of profile and menace, but it's fine. Agents are replaceable. What we want is just to spread shadow as much as possible. Now Dark Worship, the closest non-shadowed connected locations. The edges of the region of shadow it is in. So this should, from here, push shadow outwards to the neighbors. We'll find out if it does at the end. Swarming vermin. The supplicant has encountered a throng of local vermin. made brazen by their numbers and desperate by the scarcity of food to find for every month. Individually, they would offer little threat to our pawn, but when they number this many, they can become problematic. Just push through. Thunderstorm. Thunder cracks overhead and lightning rages in arcs across the sky as the very environment turns against the trickster, who has found herself caught in a violent thunderstorm that threatens to topple trees and electrify the unfortunate. Little can be done by mortals other than seeking cover or wrapping up and braving the storm. Slows down, protect them, continue regardless. You're at 3 out of 5 health, so this could kill you. I shall protect the trickster. And a supplicant loses some HP. I gotta blow my nose again, hang on. It really sucks to have colds constantly. Got a doctor's appointment in a week's time. It also sucks that it takes like 4 weeks to get an appointment with a GP. Okay, the courtier has laid low, so time to finish this off. Turns required 25, so I could... I don't have enough gold to bribe the guards again. I could steal gold, right? Rob treasury? No, I need 100% infiltration. Okay, well, it's only 25 turns. Finish the infiltration. Duelist Amos is falling to shadow. This switch from this circle, excellent. Did I get a pop-up that I can influence? Yeah, I can also influence. It doesn't really matter because these guys are about to be destroyed. Oh yes, excellent. Take full advantage of them while they still exist. Or they won't much longer. Ah, snowstorm. Okay, well, you're at full health at 6, so you can just push through. The trickster has infiltrated the farming community, excellent. We've now fully infiltrated the nation of artists. You've got a fair bit of menace. We'll level up your intrigue and misleading clues. Place a misleading set of clues which indicate that a hero is responsible for the crimes of your agent. The next challenge to be accomplished in this location will give its menace and profile to a hero instead of your agent, using a personal item from them. Could do that if we steal something from someone. Okay, no. So, artists, we're going to fully in-shadow quite easily, and we want to spread the Coven's religion around here. We probably then want to infiltrate this location as well. That's a free... size 3. Now, 3 turns before I get another power. Yeah, I guess you just sit here for 3 turns, to be honest. And then I use that power. Yeah, Agent Idol. continued sway. The Aramturum has preached the cause of the Holy Order, or a circle has managed to sway Queen Mus. There we go, it begins. The religion spreads. Excellent, excellent. You pass a turn, there we go. Now we have enough power to infiltrate that a little, and then you can infiltrate it more. Now I just hope I don't need to use any power to protect my guys. Okay, so you've completed that. And shadow has spread magnificently outwards from here. The elves are enshadowed. This is enshadowed. Yeah. Alright. Commit. Go further. The courtyard circulator task. Oh dear. An honest witness. Point the finger of a help the hero slip away. Do we care about this guy disliking us? We're not going to commit hard enough to make them infamous anyway, so let's not do anything there. Next is interrupted by a cough, one which carries a definite message to the listener. She has been seen by a passerby who watches her lazily, slowly smoking some manner of plant matter, occasionally belching a small acrid cloud as she watches the world go by. The guards are close at hand, she cannot be easily silenced, and she implies that unless the trickster makes a donation to her smoking habit, she might cause a disturbance which will slow things down for your agent. Ugh. We've got 40 gold. Sure. We're trying to plunge the world into absolute evil. We can't expect not to have to bribe someone along the way. Infiltrate catacombs completed. Good, good, good. Your menace is pretty high at this point. How about you head to the coven and lay low for a while? One more turn and the seal will break. Completes dark worship. Good. The Baron is getting enshadowed. Seal 4 of 9. Almost halfway. Split Shadow. Creates a shadow agent by tearing the shadow of a hero. The shadow can be controlled like an agent but loses HP every turn. Yeah. This power is very useful for interrupting heroes. I just noticed my music has stopped playing. Let me restart that. This power is very useful for interrupting heroes, so if a hero is about to complete something you really don't want them to, you use that power, create a shadow duplicate, and then just attack the hero with their duplicate. That interrupts whatever they're up to. Potentially, you can even kill them. If you've got enough power to just keep making duplicates, or throw some other agents at them, you can overwhelm a hero with those. Alright, we've got another agent slot. What would help us in this situation? We've pretty severely enshadowed this whole region, and we're going to continue spreading shadow from this coven. We're going to spread this religion across here. So really our biggest issue is going to be that this entire place is potentially not going to get enshadowed. Like, panic is 25%, we're at 38% to victory. Maybe we can rush it. If we just keep performing dark worship up here, there's a chance we get enough shadow before anyone even is able to respond. If not, then we have to do something about these cities down here. What agent does something about these cities down here? I want to say Plague Doctor, but that requires plague to exist. So the Dissident, infiltrate these locations and then make them rise up. Yeah, I want to go for Plague Doctor ideally, but I don't want anyone to spend the effort to spread plague in the first place. So I'm gonna go with a Dissident. Pop them up here. When in a settlement with unrest above 50% and lingering resentment, it and any lingering resentment will increase by 1 per turn. When in a settlement with political instability or political agitation, increase unrest by 1% per turn, by 1% per 75% of either modifier. When in a settlement with political agitation or political instability, decrease security by 1% per 75%. Unrest or instability. So this person can fuel the fire, increase unrest, organize descent. I'm not sure which one of these is better. I don't quite remember how this agent works, to be honest. When in a settlement with unrest above 50%, and I can increase unrest with this if there is a reason for unrest to be in the first place, or I can add organized dissent, which decreases security and increases unrest. Organized dissent, but dissent is not instability or agitation. I think revolutionary is the one I go for. Then I use the power to base infiltrate that. And then I send you over here first to infiltrate. Oh, this is a multi... Crap, I thought that was just a small town. Okay. Well, this and this is infiltrated, which will... Yeah, there's no security here, so... Take this place first, and then come back to this one afterwards. Cool. You need to lay low a bit longer. Awareness is growing. Visible via map view. This represents the humans who know not just that the world is in trouble, but why. These people know the truth about your return, to some degree at least, and will take steps to prevent it and stop you. They are more likely to take preemptive action against the shadow and to fund the chosen one. Speech the cause of holy or... Okay, the religion continues to spread. Let's have a look. Awareness. Lots of awareness here. But also 41% in shadowed, so... I think... pretty soon it won't matter that anyone is aware. What? The circle Kitos? Fear of their power and fear of the darkness with which they commune has kept humanity from trusting the various witch faiths, and they live in exile for the most part on the fringes of civilization. When they are tolerated, it is for their extensive knowledge of medicines, which might prove an option of last resort to a parent of a dying child or to a person afflicted by an incurable plague. When it comes time to decide whether they will side with the light and the humans who rejected them, or with the shadow and the elder beings who threaten humanity, only time will tell how the witches will choose. 50% chance of the hero remembering the good and Qatar circle and gaining a liking, and 50% of gaining elder influence. And another merchant. We do not have the gold, so just give me the menaces. A witch is getting enshadowed. Yes, because there is full enshadowment here. How far along are you? 55%. Good. We can influence this place. What do we do? Increases madness. Temples and human settlements. Oh, we don't have any of those. Mercy of Doom will spread madness. Acolytes and temples of the faith will spread madness in locations following the faith. Yes, give me that. That is good. And we can influence these guys. I want you to build temple. We've already got temples in these places, don't we? No? Holy sites. No, these guys are building temples all over here. The Order of Alam and the Order of Perim. But not our guys. So, yes, build temples, please. You have lain low, and you are aware. The Qatar Circle has looked into the future and seen the doom that awaits humanity. They have glimpsed humanity's utter insignificance compared to the cosmic horrors lurking in the vast abyss between the stars and beneath their feet, sleeping until the stars are right. They have begun to spread this vision, crude and limited as it is, and are sowing panic among the populace as they tell tales of inescapable doom. Lovely. Exactly what we want. This is infiltrated, this is partially infiltrated, this is not infiltrated. I guess we'll have you... Could have you influence. You've only got 2 command though. Not very good. Okay, we'll have you head over here. Or over here. And infiltrate. You don't have any menace or profile yet, so just take it. A new orcish upstart. Nice. We'll see if they manage to make anything of themselves. We do have a pretty decent army, and the orcs expanded into this spot here. They managed to grow. They can probably overwhelm these guys. I don't think Nessa has the troops to do anything about this. You can see here the map turning darker as the shadows spreading to the north. But it's not gotten that deep to the south yet, which is why we have the dissident down here. You are still doing dark worship, 4 turns left. Oh, oops! The army of Retotem from the elves is on its way to raise the coven. I hope we manage to finish at least one more dark worship before they do that. Nope. There it is. This king is getting enshadowed. Yeah, the coven has been destroyed. Okay, well, the supplicant has not got that much profile or menace, so where do we send them next? They could help down to the south, they could go on with the elves. We've infiltrated these sewers. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the supplicant head to the capital and spread plague to distract the heroes a little and give our dissident and courtier free reign to do other stuff. What is the Chosen One up to? What are you doing? Challenge Wonderworld. Okay, they're spreading awareness. That's not good. Shadow driven back. Oi. 73%. How dare you? And this is where it starts to get difficult, because it looks here like we've got this in the bag. There's shadow everywhere, it's spreading, every turn it ticks and spreads a bit further. But with the amount of heroes on the map, they spend like a few turns of concerted effort, they can cleanse this. Like right now, if I don't keep pushing, the heroes will overcome this amount of enshadowment. Which is why I'm going to send someone here, start a plague, give them something else to do, probably send him over to this cover next, and do the same thing I did at here, where I spam shadow and have it spread down to here. Because without that, we're not going to win this. Opinion swayed. Infiltrate palace is done, good. Oh, we've spread our religion to the capital of this place. That is excellent. That is super, super good. Okay, you can level up. Let's give you more intrigue. And we've unlocked all of the actions because we have full control of this place. We can just straight up and shadow it as well, but for now we'll have you lay low. You've just turned up, and I want you to start a plague. You do have a little bit of lore to do that with. This Duchess is aware. Yeah, and now this is where it gets difficult, because she's down here with 0 enshadowment and now aware, thanks to the hero, which means she's probably going to set up a ward to prevent enshadowment of this location. That makes things very hard for us. How are you doing? 74%. And where's the other one? Oh, is he gone? Maybe he's moved to the surface. I don't remember his name, so I can't really track him. Yeah, ward established. Here it begins. Hate these things so much. Ward blocks 100%. It's not losing any, but it's not gaining any. We need to spread this religion more. 2 acolytes, 7 worshippers, 2 of which are rulers. We need more acolytes, and we need to give them the tenet where they, candle circles. Get that negative so they remove wards as much as possible. Alright, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'm getting a bit hungry, so let me just grab a cereal bar. It's quite funny, because you associate live streaming with kind of, you're sat at a computer, you're not a very active person, probably. But I'm actually doing more exercise recently, because I want to build up my stamina, so I can sit down and do longer streams. Because I want to set a schedule and probably start streaming around 9 AM my time, UK time, most days. And then probably go till a bit past noon, and it's so long to stream. I get hungry partway through. I need to eat something. Also fix my tracking while I'm at it, because it's drifted way off to the side. There we go. For those of you watching, take a moment to stretch as well. Get a drink yourself. Much better. And now we carry on. Okay, you're still laying low. Oh, another ward established. Yep. So the Order of Perrin is very much aware and very much doing something about it, and both their locations are of their own faith. I'm getting some influence with it gradually because of the enshadowment, but not very much. Okay, you could rob the treasury. How much money do you even have? 150 gold, yeah. I could go all in on some intrigue stuff and make them hate each other. How high is the enchantment here? 55%, and it's not increasing. Let's enshadow this location. It is a capital. So that'll be very, very valuable. Okay, you... What did you just finish doing? The dissident completes infiltrate holy site, right? There's a bit of unrest here. Can you do anything with that? No. I'll just keep up the infiltration then. Having places infiltrated is always valuable. As your shadow begins to overcome the world, darkness falls. Nights are darker than before, and candles shine weaker. As they are lit, the darkness takes time to recede, reluctantly falling back into the corners of the room. Like an inky black tide, the people of the world will notice, but perhaps it is already too late. You're now 20% world shadow. You see, it looks really good like this. These places fully enshadowed, the shadow spreading all over, but actually only 20%. Okay, this location is infiltrated, shadowed, and does not follow the faith, unfortunately. Desecrate holy site. What should we have you do next? You... I might have this... I might actually go for it. What are you doing here? Redeem Sovereign. Oh god, I hate this so much. Guarding the Princess. Because Redeem Sovereign, I think that removes all the enshadowment. Right? Redeem Sovereign. Redeem the Sovereign of this place, reducing their shadow to 0 and placing wards, as well as driving back shadow nearby. Yeah. Just like that, in one go, they'll undo all the stuff I've done. It'd send someone over there to disrupt them, but it will be dangerous. No, not going to do that. We can increase the danger. Do that. Okay, you, Trickster. Can you remove wards? Yes. Makes it do 30, so with your 1 point of law, it will take you 30 turns. Damn. Not sure what the best option right now is, to be honest. These guys are all ever pushing back shadow. This coven here. Yeah. The Acolyte is making the Z. And is then gonna head over to that place and then shadow that and spread it all over here. So really I need to do something about these guys, in which case let's start off with just infiltrating this. And then we'll infiltrate this, and then maybe do some political stuff to make these guys hate each other. Chosen one redeeming ruler. Yeah. Humanity to attack from a distance to disrupt his power or attack them directly. Even if you retreat, the ritual will be ruined. Poison, you're at 5 health. Yeah. Okay, so the split shadow power requires 5 power total. And it takes me 5 turns to even get another point of power. That would be a way to stop this. Turns left 9, so that's not happening. You're enshadowing, that takes another 11 turns. You'll finish 2 turns after. Isn't it fine then? This finishes and then he does his thing. Yeah. Ward established. Oh, it's spreading. Horrible. Your encounters added dangers. Additionally, by performing quest items and supply caused by your actions taken 3 damage. Good. At least that's worth it. Slow them down a bit. Overeager guards. Employ discretion. And you're now aware. They gain some power. Another ward established. And we've started a plague. Good. Good, good, good. So yeah, this place to the south is exactly as I expected. It's going to get fully warded. If that spreads up to here as well, then infiltrating this coven and spreading shadow won't even be worth it anymore. We can just do our best to increase the spread of the faith. So you, I think, are going to be able to convert this place as well, which is good. And then hopefully they'll spread down south, increase that and get rid of these wards. Okay, so this place now modifier play, current level 100%. Very high profile and menace. You need to lay low for a while, unfortunately. Oh, we can influence the Holy Order. Good, good, good. So yeah, preaching and temple building is good. Dark worship is good. Candle circles. When under human influence, acolytes of temples will spread wards. Under elder influence, they will remove them from location. Yes. No, wait, that's wrong. Oops. I would have meant under elder influence as in oh, I haven't actually aligned them negatively yet, which is why I could only plus that. That was very dumb of me. We'll have to now gather up enough influence again to undo what I just did, and then enough influence to change their alignment and then do it properly. That sucks. Hopefully not enough to completely ruin the run, but definitely enough to cause problems. Sovereign redeemed. Oh, and Shadow no longer valid. They removed the Shadow, redeemed him, and cancelled the Enshadowing. What are the requirements for Enshadow? Can I perform if ward is higher than 50%? Yeah. Well, 15 turns required. House play community. Sure, you do that, and then the supplicant will weaken the ward once he's done hiding. "15 challenge progress. Infiltrate temple." No. Enshadowed. You're getting enshadowed. And the horde is attacking Nessa. Good, good. More wards established. Let's dismiss that permanently. And you've infiltrated this place. Excellent. Get you some intrigue. Wards fade over time, but not very quickly. Shadows tall neighboring settlements with lower shadow. 49%. We are gaining shadow per turn here. So yeah, 30 turns is way too long. There's just no way I can commit you to that. This place is infiltrated, so go down here and infiltrate them. Infiltrate the sewers, and we can spread some more disease from here while we're at it. Plague is 110%, changing 2 each turn. Okay, well that I don't care about that. Someone else is aware. I can influence the Brotherhood of Truth. Okay, well, influence negatively. You've infiltrated a temple. Nice. Get you some more intrigue. We're getting so much menace so quickly at this point. What's happening over here? Basic worship, Unbrotherhood, each faith. Okay, no one is redeeming anything. The Order of Alum. Turns negatively. Cool. Shadow driven back. Where? Here? Yeah, that sucks. Aging is 25 gold, loses 5 challenge points, profile is increased by 5. Profile is reduced by 5. Doesn't have a lot of profile, but I don't need the gold either. You're getting enshadowed. Where's the chosen one? Still here. Build alliance. Ah, oh, God. You're so irritating. Seriously. Okay, you're done laying low. Oh, seal broken. More max power. Okay, Courtier is doing novel strain. Let's have the supplicant do cultivate disease. Yeah, we really need to get it together here. Which is getting shadowed, great. Half the map is not bad. It's not quite good either. Our strongest plague here, 129% and growing. Immunity also growing, but new strain will help that. It's getting shadowed, getting shadowed. I think Aram Dimmond was killed when Nessa Coven fell, raised by Origami. Ah. Well, the orcs may actually present a credible threat in this run. I'm almost regretting it now, because the orcs are going to pick off the weak kingdoms that Ivan shadowed, and then the one that's escaping shadowment is big enough to fight the orcs off, so that's going to screw me over in the long run. Anyway, immunity has dropped, and plague is still pretty big. How high is enshadowment here? 16%, and we're gaining tiny amounts each turn. Chosen one is training. You're treating disease. Okay. Reward is 72%. You've got 2 law, you've got 3 law. You're cultivating disease for another 6 turns. Red panic. Fuel the fire, no. I'm really not sure what my best next step here is. I think the deep one. Okay, there's still deep one cults around. Maybe we pivot, go deep ones instead. Challenges, what? And it is intrigue. Yeah. It is intrigue to help the deep ones. Okay. The courtier will go over there and we will align with the fish people. Deep ones are minor races with whom you can build an ad hoc alliance. Nurturing their cults by keeping them hidden from heroes will allow you to curse human families, changing them into deep ones who can assist you. We'll call Shadow and Madness. Yes. Good, good, good. It's not great that we need to pivot towards something else, but I do think it's necessary. How strong are the deep ones here? 71%, not very. How much does empowering help? Increases the rate of growth of the deep one called here by 3% for 20 turns. Adds to existing turns of accelerated maturation at a cost of 1 pound. Yes, empower the deep ones. Reduce their menace. I don't particularly want to hide them or anything. I want the chosen one to get distracted because she hates deep ones in particular. I can also use a power. The fleeting servant to draw away some of the heroes. So let's use another trigger of Eyes in the Shadow on whatever location we can here. Keep the power high in case I need to use Split Shadow because there's another redemption being done. Influence negatively. There we go. Need a bit more of that, but we'll get there. Okay, you, the Dissident. Lot of menace there. Lot of menace. Change the heir of a nation's capital and serve the heir of a nation to a local ruler. Oh, that's an option. Change the heir to someone who, if I can get these guys and shadow like this, change the heir, assassinate this guy, we now have an enshadowed ruler on the throne. That's the kind of funky stuff you can do here. We can raid and cause unrest. This place has been fully infiltrated. Why can't I lay low here? Is it only in the main city I can lay low? I guess. Okay. Head over here. And chill for a little bit. And turn. Another word. Menace is reduced? No. Give me money. Deep one's empowered. Now walls all over the place. Ugh. Deep one called 40%. We've got accelerated maturation for 20 turns, so there should be more growth, I think, than we're currently getting. Okay, you can lay low, and then perhaps infiltrate. Outpost founded. Oh, shelf, you got 7. Continue regardless. Right, they're fighting off the orcs, who I think in the long run will win this one like they did the last one. Another person is aware. Someone has gotten enshadowed. Oh, you still running around in the underground. And they're both back this time. They're just infinitely running around purging Caphonians and not really getting anywhere. The underground hasn't, I mean, my fault because I haven't interacted with it, but the underground really hasn't influenced this particular run. Okay, you've cultivated disease, and now what else did I want you to do here? To weaken the ward. How strong is it at this point? 60%. Is anyone strengthening it? What are you up to, Chosen One? Training. Nothing. Guarding. Okay. Weaken the ward, yes. You're now aware. Who? You? You're also enshadowed pretty severely. There is some count added danger. Count added danger. And there is war between artists and the horde. Yeah, exactly as I feared. The guys I've actually managed to get control over are gonna get killed off by the orcs. Meanwhile, this continues to spread. Alchemists, 50% shadow to this location. Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's fantastic. We've got tons of shadow on the city of Font now. Hero redeemed. My friend has gone through the rituals and has cleansed Crystalsmith Ward. The Wayfarer is pretty enshadowed themselves. Can I influence a holy order that doesn't exist anymore? Acolytes 2, Worshippers 2. Oh no, you're still around. Okay, well... Go... Where's the thing? Candle circles. Influence negatively. That's what we wanted last time. Go get rid of wards, if there's still some of you around. The Order of Perem. Influence negatively. Outpost, yeah, you keep trying that. Ward established. Military oppression. And you're infiltrating. Increase their profile. Yeah, sure. Okay, and you have lain low. There's the chosen one. He's got issues with deep ones. Do I want you to infiltrate a place or just keep growing the deep one called... Oh, we're almost at 100%. 5 more turns of accelerator maturation. Yeah. Double down. Empower deep ones. We're at full power, speaking of, so give me... Shadow Area. By tearing the shadow off a hero, this shadow can be controlled like an agent but loses HP every turn every turn is not near its parent. Can't target the chosen one. Well, can I target the person guarding them? I'm not sure which one of you that is. Complete? What, did it take 1 turn? 103%. Oh, deep ones. Turns required 1. Well. I assume that's just reset the... Yeah, that's added to the accelerated maturation modifier. Okay. Well, in that case, you can lay low again. And then depending on what everyone else's actions are, you're resting and resupplying, you're guarding the princess. Okay, so you... Semsiris are the one I want to make a split shadow of. Cool. And I will have you... I mean, you're going to be here for 3 turns? Not great stats. 3, 3, 2, 2. What can you do for the 3 turns you're going to be here? Really not much. Can of course attack. You can just sit there. I really just want the shadow around so that it can attack the chosen one if they end up doing a redeem ritual. Plague is spreading over this place. Okay, it's stalled there, it's growing there, stalled here. The supplicant will need to do another new strain or whatever ritual here. Another ward established, another ward established. Ugh. Continue regardless. We've infiltrated vast sewers, we can influence Holy Order. Oh, and they lose 4, damn it. Okay, influence you. Moral tenets, candle circles. Yeah, get rid of that and then send it the other direction when we can. The Trickster, who is part of a nation, like because where you spawn them affects their allegiance, they are part of this nation, so at war with the orcs, unfortunately. What have you just done? Infiltrated vast sewers. Okay. I mean, in that case, 35 turns, that's so long. Lay low for a bit, and once you've done laying low, continue the infiltration. And you stay here another turn. The Sarah Sirius watches aghast as her child Baron Abbas Sirius falls into shadow, horrified to watch his personality shift as his soul is devoured by the living darkness which slowly infects the world's peoples. She will be vigilant against it and try to protect herself. Okay. What have you just done? Laid low. This place is 1 level of infiltrated. Infiltrate the next layer. Actually, 30 turns required. Do you have any money? No. No money to bribe the guards with. Okay. Just keep going then. I think with docks in this city, I should be able to spread more Deep One cult over here. You're still resting and resupplying, you're guarding, etc, etc. You can pass another turn. Ward established. Okay, the supplicant completes. We can ward. This place is now not warded at all anymore, basically. You're getting enshadowed again. How long would it take you to enshadow this? 9 turns. But no, for now, I think cultivate disease. Oh, you've got another level. Yeah, let's get you another point of law. Turns that down to 7 turns. Much better. And you spread 1% of corruption each turn you're here, so just doing your basic actions will get us what we want here. Your encounters added danger. Ward established and shadowed. What are you up to here? Decimate Deep Ones. Okay, I would like to see how attacking the Chosen One works out here. And I can't because I need to attack their guard first. Semsterus. We absolutely definitely lose that fight. As soon as it gave me the pop-up that I have to attack my guard first, I remembered how combat in this game works. And realized that this will not function at all. In which case... Hands are quite free to empower, sure. More wards and a war between Artis and the Horde. I was driven back here, but this place is also suffering from plague. Outpost, not an issue. Deep One's empowered. Cool. How long are you likely to keep staying here? Unknown. I mean, if she keeps going after the Deep Ones, like, basically indefinitely, then presumably we'll stay sat here for a good while. Long enough for infiltration, 50 turns, I think not. Long enough for something, maybe. No, I have no idea. You can operate within a location or two, so head up here. 25 turns, infiltrate the Coven. That's doable. Increase unrest. No. You're done laying low. You were over here. Alright, in that case, continue the infiltration. This place is pretty heavily enshadowed. This place is close, so actually weaken the ward instead? Yeah, weaken the ward instead. Indian Suede. You've cultivated disease. You are enshadowed. This is at 96%. Your menace is super high, so we need you to lay low for a while. The courtier will... What was the courtier just doing? The courtier was also laying low. The Demon Court is growing for 34 turns of added growth. Oh, the hero is moving. Crap. And redeem sovereign. Okay, well this is exactly what we wanted the shadow for. Question is, how do I get past the guard? And the answer is, I honestly don't think I can get past them. I can go to the capital, take money. Oh, you've only got 40 gold as well, so... I need money to hire goons for my other guy. Can I see their challenges? What are the requirements for Redeem Sovereign? Redeem Sovereign. Oh no, it's not challenges, is it? It's quests. Redeems the sovereign of this place, reducing their shadow to 0 and placing ward as well as driving back shadow nearby. Doesn't seem like they have a hard requirement on what has to be going on for that to be possible. Damn. Lake is stalled. Where do I find you? What's your location? Click ruler, air, portrait to keep a static photo. No, go to. Where are you? You rule the city of Mise, which is heavily warded. I could drive this person insane. Make them the new heir. Yeah, okay. We'll give up on that ruler. And we'll focus on infiltration here. 22 turns left. No, abandon that. 8 turns of progress. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but abandon that. Get over here. Finish the infiltration. Enshadow this person. Make them the new heir. And then kill him. Get him on the throne over there. Because we can't stop the Chosen One at this present time. From redeeming the ruler. I mean, we'll give it a good shot, but it's frankly just not happening. Yeah, Chosen One redeeming ruler. Shadow attack. Who's the guard? You're redeeming. You're okay. So Gatus Cirrus and Sesam Cirrus. Yeah, she's way too well protected. A shame. But there was really nothing else we could do with them. Ward established, whatever. Indian swayed. You're getting enshadowed. Mercenary supply and you. Training. The hero spends so many turns training and whatever other stuff. Sure, go for it. Which is kind of necessary because otherwise they will completely overwhelm you. But it's annoying when it also affects your guys that you want to go out and do stuff. We're going to end up with a bunch of enshadowed nothing up here, and then this non-enshadowed land down here. We are 63% to victory, 74% world panic. At some point, she who will feast will awaken. Baroness Jusis Cirrus has been pleading with her father, King Selegios Cirrus, trying to save him from a shadow that is slowly taking his soul. Their family's closeness of souls links them, and she is able to take a portion of her burden from him, carrying the weight of sins and a natural darkness of the mind. She takes on her father's shadow, freeing his mind slightly from its oppression at the cost of her own soul. Ooh. And that's this guy, isn't it? Yeah. Which means it doesn't matter because he's about to be redeemed anyway? In 4 more turns? Yeah. What's the agent doing? Laying low. Leave that, head to the coven, infiltrate the coven, super enshadow this top section, make this the new heir, kill him, and make this entire ritual for naught. You know you're getting a good evil god simulator when you start saying things like make their efforts for naught. Alright, and now we can influence candle circles negatively. Excellent. That should help, hopefully. The circle does have still only 2 acolytes, unfortunately, but 9 worshippers, of which 3 are rulers. Pretty good. Alright, you've arrived here. Infiltrate. Do it quickly. As a matter of fact, forget infiltrating. I'm just gonna power it. And then I want you to dark worship. There we go. How many turns does it take you now? 7 turns. Still a bit higher than I'd like, but what can you do? 11 out of 30. Profile is increased. Gains gold is yeah, go for it. A little gold is useful. Sovereign redeemed. There it is. 0 enshadowment. Plague is dropping. Unrest is dropping. The ward is at full strength. Oh, I hate the Chosen One. I hate the Chosen One so much. You little do-gooder. Okay. You're doing infiltrate V. Viewers. The deep ones are still growing. Okay, lay low. You lay low, he finishes that. Oh, he finished that in 1 turn. And then one of you infiltrates the final location. Witch is enshadowed, and I can influence the holy aura. Oh, seal broken. Nice. My maximum power increases. You can influence the Order of Perum. Well, let's make them less human aligned again. Takes a long time to really get anywhere with that. Okay, Dissident. Where are you? Yeah, Dissident. You've got the higher intrigue skill, right? Oh, you've got the same intrigue. Okay. Still, 13 turns. Not terribly long. You can lay low. You've got 3 turns left. Good. Spend 1 power, gain challenge progress. Yes, we want to do that quickly. Oh, the alliance begins. As awareness and world panic reach their peak and humanity comes to terms with their threat it faces, the Chosen One calls for an alliance to prevent your rise. The First Nation has already heard their warnings and begun to take the desperate last steps. Soon others may join them, as their rulers become aware and afraid enough to put aside old differences and come together to hold back the shadow. The Alliance has additional actions they can take against you and will aggressively seek out your forces in whichever form they take. Yeah, so, the Alliance is humanity's last stand against the darkness. Finally aware of the threat their world faces, and politically united, they will form a shield wall around the remaining cities of humankind, and resist your efforts. The Alliance has stronger armies, access to powerful quests to redeem their rulers, but are still mortal and can still be inflicted or enshadowed. This basically helps to stop the remaining human nations from being manipulated into war against each other, and gives them some boosts. You might notice that we're back at 55% victory, where we were at like 60 something before. It's not great. What are you up to over here? My guy's laying low. There are so many witches around here. And you committing banditry. Okay, I need to dismiss the harm by danger tag, seriously. What exactly are you doing? Geomancy, Arcane Fortress. Sure. Keep your hands off my tomb, thank you very much. Is my tomb. The Chosen One can try to redo the seals on you, and if they succeed, that sucks a lot. Alright, we've dark worshipped and spread a bunch of enshadowment. Excellent. Keep it up. You're done laying low. The Alliance of Pond declares war on the Horde. Alliance hates Shadow and Menace. And it's a crusade. But I mean, that's good. I haven't done anything to strengthen the orcs, so this is basically outside help coming in to do stuff for me for free. You know, I haven't had to put any investment into getting these guys to this point. The Deep One Cold is growing nicely still, another 16 turns of added growth. I need to make sure I time this properly so we get the ruler enshadowed and then trigger the deep ones. We don't want the deep ones to spawn and then kill off the ruler we're trying to have instituted as the next heir. That would be very unfortunate. Good cells recruit vermin? No. I might have made a mistake in going for only manipulation characters and not putting some effort into combat capable characters. I really need to lower the ward levels around here somewhere. Here, I guess, ideally, because it's directly adjacent. Yeah. There's also a plague here, but it's decreasing over time. Weaken ward takes you 15 turns. Go for it. Swarming vermin. You are on 8 health. Excellent. Ignore them. Who gives a sod about rats? The trickster can afford to gain menace or profile. It's not really a problem. Okay, you've built an arcane fortress. Why? What is with all these mid-challenge events? Okay, Arcane Fortress. Let's be fortified against magical assault and will absorb some damage thrown at it by hostile mages. Yeah? Thanks, I guess? Recruiting a knight? Okay. People are getting enshadowed. People are getting enshadowed. I can influence a holy order. Elves are expanding, and elves have expanded. And the orcs have taken this place down. Ooh, okay, threats. Where is the Chosen One? And what are they up to? Recruiting another knight. Okay, you are over here. You've leveled. Yeah, take more intrigue. Well, I don't know, you could do with some command, to be honest. Takes intrigue for the better choice thing and not much of it. Yeah, you get a little bit of command and then actually lay low for a little because you are way too high on the menace. The deep ones are still a while away from taking this place over. I can influence you, you're on Elder Powers aligned. Intransigent faith. Dark worship. Act of a serpent. Explore the darkness. Maybe I should activate that and distract the heroes with the underground a little bit as well. I haven't done anything with... Oh, the elves have expanded underground. I see. And their city is about to get super duper raised by all of the Chthonians. Not the smoothest move on their part. You've got to be kidding. You come and make a ward right when I'm enshadowing this place. Well, it doesn't matter. It's fully enshadowed already. You're too late. Influence Holy Order for Kren Circle. Align them negatively. Ward established. Dark Worship. Repeat. Ward established. Enshadowing. Curious Nobles. Yes, go for it. Crimson Sun. The time of humanity is rapidly drawing to an end. The sun rises blood red, shining as a terrifying omen of what is to come. The heavens mourn for the imminent end of humanity and the dominions of the elder gods, who ruled millennia before humanity came into existence. The end approaches. I'm not sure what... Oh, 91% victory. That's what triggered that pop-up. We're only on 6 of 9 seals. But I guess that's what happens when you pick a fairly small map. Yeah, rulers redeemed, opinions swayed. Supplicant encounters mischievous imps. 20 challenge process for 1 power. 15 challenge process for 2 HP, I'll take that. You're unshadowed. This place is not gaining, but not losing either. What are you doing? Warning the world. You've got super high menace at this point. This place is fully enshadowed. This place is fully enshadowed. 85% enshadowed. 100%. Yeah, anywhere the ward is less than 100% effective is eating some amount of shadow. What's the ward at here? 158. Okay, head over to this place and lower their ward as well. Outposts funded, temples destroyed. Damn. Repeat challenge. Ah, there we go. We enshadowed enough. Victory. Let me move myself to the side real quick. You can see the text. Lulled into hypnotic apathy by the shadow, the inhabitants of this world will no longer pose a threat to the godworm. Their souls rot inside them, like plants choked off the sun, leaving them weak and defenseless. She who will feast will grow for some time before she consumes the world in its entirety and sets off into the inky blackness of the cosmos, seeking more worlds to consume, or possibly to lay a clutch of eggs and propagate her terrifying kind across the stars. As it was fated to be. So, 20 settlements at start. We got our victory points from Enshadowed Population and Population Destroyed. Between the orcs raising some kingdoms and us just spam and shadowing towards the east, we got enough. Yeah, lots of Dark Worship. This is my preferred strategy in most runs of this game, is I just go find a few strategically placed covens and spam spread shadow from them. Dark Worship. Yeah, the Supplicant hard carried. Dismiss. The end is nigh. And then we get a little replay, as is classic for this type of game. Shows you the nations and then shows you the shadow. And you can want to just spew forth over the land. And then at some point... Yep. And that's all it took. And of course you can keep playing through after this. Given enough time, we would get this ruler and probably make a Dark Empire here. Then it would be like, what, 4 cities on the south tip of the land that still resist us? Fairly straightforward. The game gets a lot harder when you use a larger map, but we went for a pretty small one in this game. Because I didn't want to overtax myself with just coming back to the game after having not played it for a fairly long time. But yeah, that was pretty good. I think I'll leave it there and not start another run right now, but I definitely want to interact way more with the underground, so the Evil Beneath will probably be the next run. Beneath the earth, something nightmarish is growing. Larger than kingdoms, this vast mass of tentacles insinuates its way through the tunnels and caverns, seeking flesh to consume, to grow yet more. I think that will be very interesting. This god revolves around creating death, consuming it and growing, expanding across the underground map to reach more humans to consume, till we can destroy them in a final battle between the surface dwellers and the evil beneath the earth. I like the kind of style of laying low and then explosive finish, so this is probably going to be a god that I'll be quite happy with. Yeah, this god grows and breaks seals by devouring using its tentacles. It must grow a tentacle at east for the god thing modifiers to a location its tentacle goes through, then retract it to feed. Growing the heart of the creature allows you to grow more tentacles and break seals. Break seals lets them grow longer. That should be breaking seals, I think. Eventually you will grow large enough to push ships and cities under the surface, at which point you must exterminate and devour humanity or be killed yourself. Yeah, that will be interesting. For now though, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll take a quick check if anyone I know is streaming, but no. It's always hard to find people who raid because of my time zone. Everyone I watch is live at night for me. Alright, hope you had a good stream. Thank you for watching and goodbye.